following is a presentation of TFNN.
So let's go to Rick in Longwood. Rick, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling in.
Well, thanks for taking my call this morning, Steve. And you're right, it is a beautiful morning.
Oh, man, it's a beautiful. That's why we live in Florida.
Yeah, it sure is. And, I'm one of your subscribers to your alert service.
Yes, thank you.
And, well, thank you. I'm one of your very satisfied customers because you're making me money.
I love
That's
it.
the bottom line.
I love it. I love it. I hope you're a moon lover. I hope you're a moon lover, too, Rick.
Live at TFNN, The Trader's Edge, with your host, Steve Rhodes.
And he's picked out a landing spot that is a good 25 feet above the hull.
There's a good chance he doesn't get this inside the Marco's ball.
Well, here it comes. Oh, my goodness. Seen anything like that? This guy's pretty good.
Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters, treasure hunters. Folks, thanks so much for joining me. I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, and it is absolutely an honor to be here with you. I hope you're having a great holiday week. Hopefully most of you aren't working, but for those of you who are, thanks so much for putting forth the effort. And, I absolutely love being here with you. Wednesday, it's Wild Wednesday. Of course, it's not wild in the markets. They've been pretty flat here for several days, and, it's probably something that we can get used to for the next couple of days. Folks aren't really, near their computer systems. If you take a quick look around the world, you got the DAX is flat, the FTSE, which was closed yesterday, just doing a little bit of catch-up, up 50 points. The Shanghai was actually green last night, up 4 points. Not huge, but up 4 points. You had the Hong Kong, the Hang Seng was down 110 points, Nikkei down 16. Our markets are relatively flat. In fact, if you're looking at the screen here, right now, what you're seeing is the S&P futures contract and the correlation to King Dollar. You can see that it exists. That's the only correlation that you really have to pay attention to with regard to what's going on in the markets. We'll talk about that, during the day. And, folks, you can always join us. For everybody listening to us on the radio, we really do appreciate you doing that. And you can also listen to us on your device. You may have gotten one for Christmas. You might have gotten a new iPhone. Now, this is an old iPhone, but you can watch it on any iPhone, any iPad, any Android or Google device. You can listen to us really on any device just simply by going to tfnn.com/MOBI. Or you can go over to the homepage of TFNN, and over on the right-hand side, you'll see a little area with some red dots around it. Click on that, bookmark that link on your phone or your device, and you'll be able to see the streaming video, which is so helpful because you've got the opportunity to learn. I promise that during the next hour, you're underneath my care, guidance, and protection, and I want to be able to teach you something. And, this time of the year, it's a great time to reflect back on things. One of the things that I did, because, look, my area of focus in life is really all about growth and contribution. That's why I love doing this, because this is such a great medium for me to be able to grow and contribute to you. And we've got all types of listeners out there, young, old, medium, if you will, middle-aged, if you will, although I consider myself to be young. And so, of course, it's all in the mind, right? Now, what's so cool is I've got so many different experiences. I put together a free report called Pathways to Wealth, and what I did inside that report is I shared, so many different, not all the secrets. I couldn't contain everything in one document, if you will, but many different secrets that not just deal with trading, deal with life itself or deal with business. Because when I take a look at trading or investing, one of the most important things for you to do is to treat it like a business. But I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love, because, if you think about it, how much I love growth, how much I love to grow. There's nothing like, planting a garden. For me, my gardens were always businesses. So I want to share with you, during this next 8 minutes or so, some really cool thoughts for you, because this actually was always one of the best times of year. This week was always one of the best weeks for me to absolutely make appointments. You see, if you have a business, so whether your business is the money business or you've just got a general business, my question that I would pose to you, no matter whether you own it or you're operating inside it, is who are your dream clients? This is a great time of the year when things have slowed down. Do you know who your dream clients are? Who is it? What clients could absolutely make a total difference in your business if you had those? If you had those clients? It could be the same thing in trading. In trading, it could be what's your dream ETFs or maybe currencies. What is it that you dream about that you want to do? Same correlation there. But let's try to keep it on the business front because I want to teach you something. Why was this week of all weeks one of the best weeks for me to be able to grow my business? Well, the reason, folks, is that because the reality is, I'll put this up on the screen here, you're only one person away from being able to get in touch and get in front of the most influential people in your world, at least in your business world. You're just one person away from doing that. Do you realize who that one person is that's in your way of being able to get through? That's right. It's the gatekeeper. It's the assistant or it's the secretary. Now, this is not gender-based. Could be a male, female, doesn't matter. But you're one person. There's one person that stands in between you and actually having a meeting, a discussion, a business meeting with your dream client. But first things, folks, you've got to identify who is it that is your dream calling. Now, what does that call? What does that require? It requires making a cold call, if you will. A call where you don't know anybody. And, folks, I have got a Ph.D. You probably didn't know that I was a doctor. I'm a doctor of many things. But when it comes to the business world, what I'm a doctor of is persistent as hell determination. You too need to be a PhD. You see, I believe the way you do anything in life is the way you do everything. When you understand that, that might change the way you do things. And I am persistent as all hell, and I am determined. I'm determined to work for my clients. I'm determined to work for you. I'm persistent as can be. I don't drop this stuff here because I know that when you are this close and where you want to be is right here, that punching through that last bit really takes amazing determination. And for me, it always did. I was always able to identify who my dream clients were. Look, many, many years ago, when I was changing industries, when I was moving out of the computer industry into the entertainment photography business, if you will, my dream clients were clients like Disney, Universal, SeaWorld. It was all the major theme parks because that, folks, for me, was my dream client. Why? Because they did all the marketing. They brought in all the business. And so when you're going to make those calls, and you can make them this time of the year, why? Because oftentimes the main assistant, the main secretary, the main gatekeeper is gone. I've made some of my best appointments were made during this week of the year. Some of them I actually had to follow through with and actually, showed up for a meeting during this week. So it is the best time. If you've got some dream clients, if you own a business, even if you're taking the week off, spend the day today, write down who your dream clients are, and make some calls. Now, when you do that, folks, when you do make a call, whether it's the main gatekeeper that's up there or whether it's an assistant gatekeeper, you've got to lead. You can't follow. If you follow, folks, you won't get anywhere. So you've got to lead. So, instead of getting somebody on the phone, maybe it's, the assistant. So maybe you have the phone number for the person. Don't call them and say, hi, this is Steve Rhodes. How you doing? Who's this or what have you. You don't want to do that. You want to lead. You don't even know this person. You're asking them how their day was. You want to be straight to the point. The way I like to do it is I like to say, hello, this is Steve Rhodes, is Bill Jones in, or whoever it is. And when you do it, folks, here's what I want you to do. Whatever your normal voice is, go down 2 or 3 octaves. Get deep. Get deep. In fact, what I want you to do, we always talk about visualization. Visualize yourself as a detective, as an inspector, as somebody with authority. Visualize yourself as John Wayne. Or Clint Eastwood. I always love John Wayne movies, the Duke, if you will. But you have to visualize, you've got to role play, and you've got to put yourself in a peak state. Put yourself in a state of authority. Picture yourself as even one of those characters. Heck, use their voice. Try to talk like the Duke, if you will, or try to talk like Dirty Harry. And so, what you're going to get is, no, I'm sorry. Maybe you're going to get it, no, I'm sorry, he's not in. And that's who, that's what his assistant's going to say, and you're going to just simply say you want to lead, right? So, who am I speaking with? Now, the response might be, she might give your name. She might just say, hey, it's his assistant. We didn't ask what his assistant, what her title was, right? And you can say, what's your name? She might give you her name. Now, this is true. This is Glenda. This was a call that I was making to Universal Studios back in the, I can't even remember when it was, 1988, 89, something like that. And I said, great, Glenda, when will Bill be back in? He'll be back on Tuesday of next week. Thanks, boom, click. That's it. And so you've gotten some information. You know when Bill's going to be back, what have you. But you want to make sure, folks, that whatever conversation you're having is that you are leading. But make sure you've got your dream client. And when I talked about how you want to get yourself in a state, you want to visualize. Look, when you are trading these markets, you can't make a trade coming from a trade of uncertainty. If you are, don't do it. Don't take any action if you're going to come from an area of uncertainty. Come from an area of certainty that you know this is the right thing to do. If your trading style is where, you don't use stops, you don't understand risk management, then go over to Channel 5 on TigerTV, put in understanding probability, or look for understanding probability. It's maybe 2 or 3 pages deep, or go onto YouTube, type in understanding probability, Steve Rhodes. You'll see that pop up on the screen, and watch that hour or hour and a half segment. It's so important. But what I want you to make sure that you do is you do visualize. Close your eyes, count backwards from 5 before you make that call, so that you slow down, so that your heart starts to slow down a little bit. In fact, if you're going to call in here at 877-927-6648, I know that for most people who haven't called in before, they're first-time callers, their heart is going to beat a little bit. Well, before you do it, visualize it, and count backwards from 5 and slow things down, and what I want you to do, because what happens in life, folks, is when you're visualizing, so much of what you're doing is you're focused on your ants, your automatic negative thoughts. Visualize your prospect being happy to take your call, because I'm sure that you're calling that there's a benefit for them. There must be a benefit for them. Visualize your dream client being happy after your call. All that I'm sharing here, whether it's talking about business, whether it's talking about things that I've done in business, all help in anything it is that you do, whether it's relationships, whether it's health, whether it's wealth. It all works the same. You see, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. When it comes to your trading, are you planning on your trading? Do you plan your trades? So I want you to visualize. I want you to speak with a deep voice. Hello, this is Steve Rhodes, or something like that. Is Bill Smith in? You want to practice that. You want to do that. And you want to visualize yourself feeling great, especially when it's over. You've got to do that. So, I've got some elements of what I'll call the phone pitch. That's all it is. You've got to get their attention. You've got to have that voice of authority. You've got to create some story, something that is intriguing, a reason why that you're calling, and you've got to do something that engages them. And then you just simply want to unfold that information, folks, in a way that maintains authority. But what I want you to understand is you just simply are one person away from the most influential people in the world, and that is so important. Who are your dream clients, folks? What is it that you're trying to do with your life? And when it comes to being only I've lost a couple of charts here. Folks, when it comes to you're only one step away, folks, it is so important to be able to take action. So take some massive action. Right now, the markets are flat. 877-927-6648. Glad to be here with you. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedys and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@tfnn.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's steve@tfnn.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. And we're going to absolutely change gears here. I had some other ideas in my mind that we were going to take a look at, ways that I was going to be able to help you. Now, I'm always going to help you. And in fact, that's why we're kind of breaking into this because, I've been looking for, right now what I've got up on my screen, it's important for you to take a look at my screen here. It's the Euro-US dollar currency pair, which has been relatively flat. Now, this is just a 10-minute chart, but there is absolutely something going on. There is some type of liquidity event of some sort. When you, again, 10-minute chart, but when you take a look at these bars that we have here in both the last two 10-minute sessions, you can see how the euro is starting to drop off the mat. Now, our futures here are flat, but in looking for some type of signal, whether to be long or short, when I first showed my screen, was showing the correlation between the dollar index and the markets. And with the euro moving like this, you can expect some rather type of significant move down in the markets. Now, this is a 10-minute time frame here. Let's go ahead and back it off, and you can see our futures have just gone negative. So I don't know what piece of news. It really doesn't matter because what it's more important is this really, is the news right here. This is reality TV. This is good stuff because I want to be able to teach you how to understand what's going on inside these markets because there's no question that there's really only one person. This is a true fact. There's only one person that stands between you and your financial freedom. You and your financial freedom. So I'm hoping you're still watching the mirror. We're going to go back to the euro. But there really is only one person in the way of you and your financial freedom. You know, and who is that? That's right. That's you looking in the mirror. And my question for folks is always, when now is the right time for you to take charge? Just like with your dream clients, hopefully you're one of your dream clients and you want to be able to make money, you want to be able to create financial freedom. And all that is, folks, all that means to me is where you've got your working capital off to the side when it can produce enough income to take care of your annual expenses. And these are easy steps to work towards. You have to have a plan. Without a plan, folks, you're not going to get anywhere. It's not just going to show up. Now, so let's get back to the euro here. Now, what we can see, as you can see, we've got two 2.618 expansions from some swing points. And you can see how the euro is backed off a little bit from here. But I don't think the work here on the euro is done by any stretch. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at where we're at on a 30-minute chart. So let's step back. Let's go 3 levels deeper, if you will, or 2 levels deeper, as soon as I can find my 30-minute button. So we've got the 30-minute chart up. Now, on the 30-minute chart, you know what you can see is look at that long range of bar that we've got down here. You can see that for the last, let's see, going back here to when, till about the 22nd of January, if you will, you can see how we have been just simply going sideways. But right now, in this last 30 minutes, there has been some conviction to the downside. Really important, because right now the futures are hovering right around the flat line, and it won't stay like that. And so what are we coming up against? Let's go in and take a look at a 60-minute chart out here. Let's see what we've got looking on the 60-minute euro chart. Again, you can see, you know, the importance of understanding your sacred geometry. Let me back this off just a little bit here. And the sacred geometry, folks, of understanding the 1.618, the 1.272. What we often also look for is a 2.618 expansion. Let me just try to shorten this up a bit, see what else we're coming up against here. You can see you've got the 1.272 expansion. This area ought to hold. Now, this area is not holding, and you can tell just simply by coming into it so steep and so quickly over these last 20 minutes, which now, you know, this is the 60-minute bar, which is not done for another 30 minutes or so. But there, excuse me, this is suggesting that we're going to see a little bit of fireworks here before New Year's Eve actually starts. And these fireworks are important to watch. Why? Because, folks, these fireworks are about your money. They're about your investment. So there is, you know, the euro, I have been saying, if we take a look at the daily chart, that the euro has been sending us the biggest signal by not being able to get above and stay above the swing point from December 14th, the high out there being the 130, 636 area. And you can see, you know, we closed above it really only once, which was on December 20th. You might have closed right at it or just slightly above it yesterday. Yeah, you closed just a few ticks above that area yesterday, but not with any conviction. And now what's really important, you know, the question is, are we just simply going to trade inside this range here, which is a possibility? Day is not over. But here's the deal. If we bust through, and this is where I do believe that we're going, if we close below 1.29449, look out, because the fireworks, I guarantee you, they will have started well before this coming Saturday, New Year's Eve. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your Gold Report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Races. You've got the Dow down 19, S&P's down 2, the composite down 6, small caps down 3, NDX off 4, the NYA, New York Stock Exchange down 20 points. King dollar on the rise, up 35 cents, light sweet crude off 53 cents, gold contract trading down 9, and folks, it is all about the euro right now. That's what it is that we've got up on my screen. Now what I've done is I've blown this out to the 120-minute chart, and what I want to do is I want to show you, I talk about these bullish and these bearish engulfings so that you understand where we're at. And the 120-minute chart, folks, was really where I was, where my clients and I, when we went ahead and we closed our positions, we tried going long this market, but what is really right in here was during this time frame, which was at 2 p.m. on December 14th, as the euro was coming down, making a move, getting ready to reject the top of a swing point. What I was looking for was some type of confirmation that the move was over for me. That was this bullish engulfing candle that occurred here at 2 p.m. On December the 14th. And now when you make a bullish engulfing, you can only make that when you're coming into lows, if you will. You make a bearish engulfing as the market is moving up into highs. It doesn't work in the middle of a move. And what you can do is on this bullish engulfing, there's really 2 areas that you can take a look at that are your support or resistance lines, depending on which side of it that you are trading on. And on the bullish engulfing, the real support ends up being the low of the candle or candles, because you can engulf multiple candles. So it's the low of the candle or candles in that series that you have engulfed. In this case here, it was the trading session that was at noon on the 14th, and the low there is at 1.29449. Now, that's what I mentioned on the daily. Now, what you can also see is that the other area, if you will, of support is going to be the high of the actual bullish engulfing candle. In this case here, the high there is at the 130.079. We're trading below that right now. If you're watching on Tiger TV, you can see this red line that's going across here. You can see how it is acting, as some area of support. And, and that's why, and you can take a look at this, again, it's a 120-minute candle. The last one completed, which is a 2-hour candle. Last one completed at 8. So this one is going to complete at 10 in 24 minutes. And unless there is somebody out there like yourself that's going to be going and buying euros, we've got a long-range bar coming into an area of support and resistance. And what that says to me, that the bottom of this here is going to be tested. And what you'll see then is you'll see some additional strength in the U.S. dollar. You will then see some, and that will give us the information with regard to whether or not this is a real move down. Now, I do believe that it is a real move down, because when I take a look at what the currencies are simply screaming out at us, and and this really here seems to be an example of that. If we just simply go take a look at the weekly chart right now, the weekly chart shows an AB equals CD down, shows really a beautiful Gartley buy pattern that's going to complete in the 125 range. And the reason that I say that is because our A point, folks, is where we've got another, let's see, I think this is a bearish engulfing on a weekly. Let me see, we closed out April 29th. We closed out at 1.418134. We opened at 1.418134. Okay, so here's a great bullish and bearish engulf, and you can see it completes. It happens at the end of the up move here. This was on during the week of May the 6th. Obviously, in our markets here, we made our high on May the 2nd. This was giving us a huge signal. A weekly candle is stronger than a daily stronger than 120 stronger than 60. You get the picture here. Well, when you have these types of candles occurring on a weekly basis up at the tops, they are just absolutely, it is the bullhorn that is going on. Now what you can see, the C to D leg, that's where we're in right now. And you can see on this C to D leg here, we've got a stronger push down than we did on the A to B. That says, quite frankly, that 0.786 Gartley buy may not be the right spot to enter. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver this holiday season. TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
In 1929, Joe Kennedy had $4 million. By 1932, he grew it into $180 million. All this during the Great Depression. The good thing about economic difficult times is that the worst economy can produce the best rewards in the shortest period of time. In fact, during the last 130 years, 61% of that time period has been spent in recession. How would you like the strategies that Kennedy's and others use that are bulletproof against the turmoil of our economy in these fast-changing times? For the last quarter of a century, I've studied and used the secrets used by millionaires and billionaires. These are bulletproof strategies that will astonish you. I'd love to introduce you to these concepts because they will absolutely change your life. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien and host of The Trader's Edge, both seen daily at TFNN.com. If you're even a little bit interested in accumulating wealth, providing a better life for you and your family, then send me an email at steve@tfnn.com and I'll send you this free report, Pathways to Wealth. That's steve@tfnn.com, giving you Pathways to Wealth. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650. But you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. Hope you're having a great day out there and a absolute wonderful, week here. Getting ready for a New Year's celebration, bringing on the New Year's, and it's absolutely going to be great. Let's see here. Right now, you've got the Dow is down 16, the S&P is down 2, composite down 6, and you've got the small caps down 3. And what I've got up here on my screen right now, sorry, I'm doing a little bit of multitasking here. And give me 1 second here okay, not on the phone. Okay. And what I want to do here, folks, we got the cues. Now, I've been talking to you about the opening range. And so we're talking about the euro and watching that thing just disintegrate in front of us. And now what does that mean to us? What does that mean in our markets? Should we be taking a look at getting into a trade right now? What does it mean? We have such light volume. So with this light volume, markets can absolutely be pushed around. Even currency markets can be pushed around. And what I've got up on my screen here, when we take a look at the opening price principle, the opening range, if you will, we're taking a look at that first 30 minutes of the trading session. Now, I break that first 30 minutes into the first 5 minutes as well, because I think that first 5 minutes, it's where you've had so much built-up energy, from overnight trading, if you will, in the other markets around the world, Asia, Europe, which, you've got the currencies moving, excuse me. And we'll go take a spin around the world. But right now, if we just simply take a look at both the 1 minute and 5 minute, those are the two screens over here on my left. And you can see that right now we're kind of trading in an area of what I'll call no conviction. And what I mean by that is just simply whether it's on the 1 minute chart or it is the 5 minute chart here. I've got the 5 minute. I have that identified incorrectly. Let me see here. Let's look at the 1 minute chart. We'll come back. We'll come take a look at that first here. So let me blow that up on my screen. So what I have identified here at 9:31, just as the market was opening on the Qs, the reason why I'm taking a look at the Qs is because the Qs have been the weak link out there. That's the NDX 100. That's the ETF for the NDX 100. So the high and low during that first 5 minute session, in my opinion, is important for you to take a look at. It'll give you a good indication as to where the markets will trade when you take a look at when you bust through either the high or low, both from a volume standpoint and a conviction when you're taking a look at a candle standpoint. So as the market opened on the Qs, you got up to 56.26 in that first 5 minutes. You got down to a low at 9:34 of 56.03. That is the two red lines that you see, the two primary red lines that you see going across the screen here. And until either the high or low is taken out, it's not giving us information. You can see how we're trading towards the low. I will bet that if we go from just simply the open to the low that we made, we just bunched through the bottom there. You can see how we made this 0.618 retracement. That is a normal breathing move. And so now we're getting through the lows there. And if we take a look at now what's going to be next is important from a standpoint of a support area is going to end up being what is the low of the 30-minute area. We won't know that until for another 15 minutes. We've only been trading for 15 minutes here, but you can see we're having, that same type of conviction here in the Qs. And in fact, I have been with my clients looking at the Qs for a trade and going short. We're on the air here right now. And to try to get a newsletter out to them is going to be near impossible. So if you're listening, go ahead and take half of that position in the SQQQ. That's what I'm going to say right now while we've got the markets. They're making certainly making a turn. But let's go ahead and take half of the position. Use the position size calculator. So use 0.5% for your risk, folks. I'll show you what that actually would look like. Let me go ahead and pop that up on the screen here. And this is important. Might as well, since it's live and it's happening, and I want to be able to get this out to all of my clients before I can get the newsletter out to them. What's really important, folks, is understanding risk, managing risk. The rest of my newsletter today has all the reasons why we're looking at the Qs. That I'm not going to go in and share with you, but you can go take a look at it for free, quite frankly. For 30 days, you got unconditional money-back guarantee, so it might be worth your while just simply to go sign up and take a look at that, as well as all the other educational information that I can provide you. But when we take a look at the Qs, what's the SQQQ that we want to trade? That is the inverse index, the triple for the Qs here. That's the Pro Shares. Now, what we're going to do, this is an index ETF. This is the position size calculator, which, by the way, you can have right now absolutely free for 30 days. Just go to the homepage at tfnn.com, and what you will see out there is you will see in the carousel, you will see a position size button there. Click on that. You can watch the video, or you can click right to the link, and this will be added to your members page. If you're not a member, please become a member at tfnn.com. Go to the home page. Up in the upper right-hand section, you will see where you can become a member. Now, when we type this in here on the SQQ, it gives us what our average daily range is, which is 87 cents. And at 87 cents, your stop should be placed outside of that. Now, in this volatile marketplace, and when I mean volatile, folks, we're trading to the same level that we were at the beginning of the year when we closed out December of 2010. The S&P right now is trading just below that area where it closed out, or right at that area, actually just a little bit below that area. So, but there has been great trading ranges, great ways to make all kinds of money. So buy and hold is not the strategy that you ought to be using if you're trying to get to financial freedom. Let me tell you, buy and hold is not going to get you there. But trading and investing and protecting your capital, that is, and understanding, when you're trading here, understanding what the daily volatility is in this Qs, SQQQ, it's 87 cents. You want your stop to be some Fibonacci expansion outside of that. I say use 1.618 today. The entry price here on the SQQQ is probably going to be right around 1959. Oh, I like that. I like that year, 1959. And so that's a good thing. I like that sign. Where we're going to exit, I don't have the SQQ up here. Just for the heck of it, I'm just going to put in $25. That's not necessarily the real exit, folks. That's just simply so I can complete the calculation here. And it shows short. I need to choose long here because we're going to be long that position. Hit the calculate button. And so what this is saying right now, if you wanted to go ahead and take a short position, I did have a 1% in there. I only want to take half a position right now because of the jockeying around that we can see certainly over the course of the next couple of days here. So we're going to go back and change that inside here. And this is what's so important, folks, is this tells you the position size. This says that your hard stop on the SQQQ trade should be 1818, that your position size should be 36 shares per $10,000 in free trading capital that you have. Your risk there is only 0.5%. That would be 0.5% of your total trading capital. 877-927-6648. Dow's off 37. S&P's off 4. King Dollar up 46 cents. Folks want dollars, folks. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back, 877-927-6648. And right now you got the Dow off about 55 points. S&Ps are off, about 6. Composite down 17. And I am multitasking, if you will. Just getting a newsletter update out to all of my clients. And so appreciate your patience here right now, and when we came on the air after the first opening session, was watching the markets, was watching and noticed when I was taking a look at the correlation between the ES Mini and King Dollar. Watch where it kind of came unglued there for a second. Watch the dollar get stronger, but there was no movement in the indexes. That's why I was telling you that was not going to last all day. Give me one moment here. Buy SQQQ. I did give you a trade when we were live, and so some of you may have taken that. And give me 1 second here just to complete that, and then we'll be all set. .com, great. And so now this is being fired off to all of the subscribers, so that's great. So now let's go back and take a look at the markets out here. So let's go back and let's take a look at the currency. Let's see what we've got going out here in the currency markets, and we'll take a look at the now. Also, the what was interesting is the Japanese yen was showing that it was going to get stronger. Let's go take a look at the. I got the wrong. Let me go here and get to the right button. Let's go take a look at the Japanese yen and see what it is that we've got going out there as well. I'm sure that what's going to pop up on the screen here first is the euro, so we can see the euro still, absolutely tanking and falling apart. Let's just take a look and put this on a daily basis here, see how close we are down to that 129 area. You can see that we're getting right down in there, and that is going to be an area of no return if the euro does close below, and I'll say right now, if it closes below that 1.29449, then look out, folks, because it's fireworks and it's sending off a huge signal to us. The pound is also in some trouble, if we will. Let's take a look at the Great British Pound right here. The Great British Pound gave us a bearish engulfing pattern. That was 2 trading sessions ago on Friday, and you can see just how important it is to understand these candles, these patterns that we have out here. Folks, because you can see this gave us a signal. You can see how the pound is now starting to move its way down. This is a daily chart on the pound, and if we just simply go back to the swing point high to the low, we'll see that all the pound was able to do here was make a 0.382 retracement. That came in right here, and then it gave it up, and so the pound is moving out there. And so what's that doing for? Well, I did say I would go take a look at the Japanese yen. Let's take a look at the Japanese yen and see if that has reversed course here. Where is my yen chart? Here's my yen chart. And on the yen chart, with the Japanese yen, so there's a little bit of a disconnect here. The Japanese yen gave us a bearish engulfing pattern on Friday as well. You can see how it did move lower, meaning that the yen got stronger against the dollar, but that is starting to reverse course here just a bit. Let's go take a look at King Dollar. Let's take a look at that dollar index and see where that's going, because the dollar index, if the dollar index breaks through its monthly channel, folks, that is going to that's going to set up quite a move to the upside. You can see how what the dollar did here is it made a move of a move. That's this red line going across here. Backed off just slightly, and we say just slightly. If we go down from the really the last swing point area up to the high that we had here, you can see how it just backed off. A little bit below the 0.382, but closed back above it. Today you've got some decent conviction in it. And, folks, it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up next. Great shows today. Then we got Basil Chapman in the On Deck Circle, Larry Pesavento, David White from 3 to 4, Tom taking home from 4 to 6. Thanks so much for being here, folks, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.
Well, it's always better when we're